Welcome to the Man's Mental Load. I'm Scott. And this is JP. Awaken with JP. Husband of worst wife ever after 12-hour shift. Can you see that? You can zoom in on it if you want. Awaken with JP. And he is talking about this woman, this female TikTok creator who throws her husband under the bus. Every video, over 100 million views. My husband cooks dinner every night. The mental load, I'm thinking of the school forms, I'm thinking of all these things, and he just, So Awaken with JP, check him out. But the one thing I want to talk to you about today is all these things on the internet from men, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, whatever, podcast. This guy, Dwayne, who I like him too, that are talking about men just want peace. Now, what does that mean? A man wants to go to work 9 to 5, 12 to 12, whatever, and come home and have peace. Well, what does that mean? No nagging, complaining, fault finding, no to-do list from the wife, which the wife will always have for you to do, especially on the weekend. Because there's something inside a woman when she sees her husband or her man just sitting there. And he doesn't need to be playing Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto Vice City, but if she sees him watching TV, if he's like laying down on the couch or has the recliner with something to drink, an ice cold Dr. Pepper, which I don't have one handy. There's something in that woman, maybe from the caveman days or something, that isn't right. He needs to be doing something. And she doesn't need to be doing the laundry, the dishes, doing the backpack or anything. She could be sitting on the couch too, but when she glances over and sees him just sitting there, there's something inside her that just riles up, like he's not being productive. He's not mowing the lawn. He's not pressure washing the front yard. He's not changing the oil. He's not mowing the lawn. He's not washing dishes. He's just sitting there. But many times, and guys, you will agree with me on this, I've been married 41 years, sometimes you just need to sit and kind of recalculate and kind of unwind and kind of relax. And man alive, 9 out of 10 women, man, they just don't appreciate that about a man. Men and women are wired differently. And let's get real direct here, especially with sex, right? A lot of times it's said that women are not able to enjoy themselves in the bedroom because, did I leave the iron on? What about Brittany's ballet? What about Timmy's ball game? What about, the field trip tomorrow? What about, I need to buy another pair of shoes, or my mom's birthday is 3 months from now. So she's all going like this and can't have a good time in the bedroom, where the guy is just like a light switch. He's just focused on accomplishing that task and moving on. So that's why he's able to let go, and 9 times out of 10 a woman can't, especially after kids, right? But going back to the man's mental load, we have a lot of things we have going on too. And I know this is stuff I deal with every day, and I think about all these things. Our wives don't think we think about these things, but we do. A lot of times wives will ask their husband, what's the plan? What's the plan? And the husband can say, hey, Caitlin, here's the plan. I got a spreadsheet right here, our bills, our credit cards, and how many months we have left on the house and the car payment. And 9 times out of 10, what will the wife do? I don't need all those details. Just give me an overview. Just tell me everything's going to be okay. So when you do try to share, man's mental load, they want to see it on a spreadsheet. But a lot of times guys, when they hear the wife say, what's the plan? My plan's to go to work tomorrow, Caitlin. I'm going to work. I work every day. But we need more than that. What about the vacation? And what about the gifts? And what about, the birthday party? And what about? And I really think, we all know the fact, right? That it's 70% of the time it's the woman filing for divorce. Maybe even more than that, 80 or 90% of it. We also know suicide statistics that men are more successful in committing suicide than women. Women tend to do it based on a cry for help, where men are successful at this, especially veterans like myself, who have been trained with guns and weapons and so forth. And when it gets too much, man, they're just like, game over, I'm done. My bills, my wife, whatever, drugs, alcohol, PTSD. Guys are successful at it. And that's what this female woman creator doesn't even talk about, is this success rate of suicides, where men, just like, I give up. It's too dark. And for my fellow veterans, let me just say, it's never too dark. There's one more day. Just hang on, reach out to somebody. Heck, message me here on YouTube. Say, hey man, I need some help. I'd love to talk to you and try to get you to the right place to get help. If it's drug, alcohol, whatever it is, I can help you. I have a lot of contacts in this space. But going back to JP, you've got to check him out. Awaken with JP. Check out his videos, how he just totally torches this female content creator who says there's gotta be equity and this is domestic labor. Yeah, I'll do something out of the, if I see a vinyl in the store that I think he likes, I'll get it for him. But I'm not doing his laundry, I'm not fixing his lunch. That's domestic labor. And then I'll resent him. Listen, I think she's from the Northeast, and we all know people in the Northeast have a certain culture, mentality, somebody different in Oklahoma or Texas or Mississippi. The ladies down there tend to be more domesticated, more willing to serve, willing to, do the dishes, willing to cook and clean without complaining for the most part. But this online content creator up there in the Northeast, I believe, just has this attitude. And I'd love to know where she got that attitude from. Was it from her mom, from her grandma? Or is this something she came up all by herself, where this resentment, this bitterness, this anger of men and her husband? She's got this one video that says several years ago, I was going to divorce him. You should have. You should have, lady, because you would have been a lot happier, and so would he. And even if he had to pay whatever, just like Jeff Bezos had to pay all that money, I'm guessing Jeff Bezos is happy. And I know Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is happy, giving away billions of dollars to charitable endeavors. But again, I want to go back to the man's mental load. We have things we deal with too. And ladies, when your husband is just sitting on the couch or laying back, don't go back to your primal urges thinking, this isn't right. He's resting. And ladies, don't hand your husband a list on Saturday of to-do items. You know what I tell my wife? In the amount of time it took for you to tell me to do what you want, you could have done it yourself. Now, I'm not talking about painting the house. I'm not talking about changing a tire. I'm talking about getting off the couch and changing the thermostat. I'm talking about washing that dish. I'm talking about moving the stuff from the washer to the dryer. In the amount of time it took for you to tell me, you could have done it. The man's mental load. Stay tuned for more videos, like and subscribe. And I'm asking you, Awaken with JP. Check out especially this video where he's wearing this this vest. Do a screenshot of this and then get a shot of this right here. Husband of worst wife ever. Watch it. The man's mental load. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.